You know them. They're elegant, they're mysterious, and they seem to switch between these loving companions and tiny, untamed predators living right in our homes. But who are they, really? Let's peel back the curtain and uncover the secrets behind those enigmatic eyes.
Right? We see them every day, just lounging on our couches or going nuts for a laser pointer. But their journey into our living rooms is a wild story, filled with some incredible secrets that stretch all the way from the dawn of civilization to the very frontiers of modern science.
So, how did this whole relationship even start? Well, it's probably not the story you're thinking of. You see, unlike dogs, we didn't go out and domesticate cats. The truth, which is way cooler, is that they pretty much domesticated themselves. Okay, so picture this. About 10,000 years ago, we humans finally settled down and started farming. Our grain stores became this giant all-you-can-eat buffet for mice. And that, in turn, created the perfect hunting ground for wild cats. They saw an opportunity and just took it. They chose to live near us because, hey, free pest control and a reliable meal. They weren't tamed, they just moved in. And this number, wow, this number explains so much about their independent nature. The modern house cat is 99% genetically identical to its wild ancestor. Think about that. So yeah, when your cat stares at you with the laser focus of a jungle predator, it's because a huge part of it still is one. And because of that wild spirit, our relationship with cats has been, well, a total roller coaster. Throughout history, we've swung wildly between seeing them as actual gods and fearing them as literal demons. I mean, talk about whiplash. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered, they were seen as divine. But you fast forward to medieval Europe, and suddenly, they were being hunted down as agents of the devil. It's one of the most extreme shifts in perception for any animal in human history. And the Egyptians' reverence, it was profound. This wasn't just admiring them, it was baked into their laws and their religion. The goddess of protection, Bastet, had the head of a cat. Killing one was a capital offense. Families would shave their eyebrows in mourning, a huge sign of grief. We've even found entire cemeteries with thousands and thousands of mummified cats. It's incredible. But here's the tragic, ironic twist to all that fear. In Europe, the mass killing of cats due to superstition took out a primary predator of rodents. And the result? The rat population exploded, which a lot of historians believe helped the Black Plague spread even faster and further. So how did they survive all these dramatic swings in fortune? Well, it comes down to biology. The cat is an absolute marvel of evolutionary engineering, and it's equipped with a set of biological superpowers that make them some of the most amazing survivors on the planet. Let's start with something we all think we know, the sound of a happy cat purring. But what if I told you that purr is so much more than just a sign of contentment? That it's actually a sophisticated biological tool. Get this. A cat's purr vibrates between 25 and 150 hertz. And it turns out, research shows this exact frequency range can actually promote healing in bones and tissues. They don't just purr when they're happy, they also do it when they're hurt or stressed. It's literally a built-in self-healing therapy device. Ever wonder how they can navigate so perfectly in a dark room? The secret is this thing, the tapetum lucidum. It's basically a mirror-like layer in the back of their eyes that acts like a light amplifier. It's what gives them that classic glow-in-the-dark look and, more importantly, truly superior night vision. And their hearing? Oh, it's on a whole other level. They can hear frequencies way up to 64,000 hertz. That's nearly double a dog's range. This lets them hear the super high-frequency, ultrasonic squeaks of their prey long before we could ever hear a single thing. Okay, you've definitely seen a cat make that weird open-mouthed face, right? It's called the Fleeman response. And they're not just being strange, they're using a special organ to essentially taste the air. It gives them way more information from a scent than just smelling it alone ever could. But of all their superpowers, maybe the most famous is their legendary ability to always land on their feet. And nope, it's not magic, it's a straight-up masterpiece of physics and biology. So in midair, a cat uses its incredibly flexible spine to twist itself feet down. Then it spreads its body out to increase drag, kind of like a parachute, which slows down the fall for a safe landing. This reflex is so unbelievably effective that cats have been documented surviving falls from over 30 stories high. I'm not kidding. So we've covered their crazy history and their amazing biology, but this brings us to the big one, the question that every single cat owner has asked. With all those wild instincts still inside them, do they actually love us? And you know what? science finally has an answer for us. And it's a resounding yes. A major study found that cats form secure attachment bonds with us, their caregivers, in a way that's really similar to how human children bond with their parents. They genuinely see us as a source of safety and security.
Their affection just looks different from a dog's, and that's where we get tripped up. What we often see as being aloof is actually a sign of confidence. It means they feel safe enough with you to be completely relaxed. They remember kindness, and they communicate their trust in these subtle but really powerful ways. And this right here is the big one, the slow blink. When a cat looks at you and slowly closes and opens its eyes, that is a huge gesture. In the animal kingdom, closing your eyes in front of another creature is the ultimate sign of trust. It's their way of saying, I feel completely safe with you. It's basically cat kiss. So the next time your cat seems to be ignoring you or acting a little bit superior, just remember everything we've talked about. It isn't arrogance. It's thousands of years of evolution as a solitary, perfect predator just shining through. I mean, they've walked an incredible journey alongside us. They've been hunters and healers, companions and gods, even demons. And through all of that, they have never lost that essential wild spark that makes them who they are. Which leaves us with one final thought. We think of them as our pets, right? These creatures we brought into our homes. But looking back at their whole story, how they just walked into our lives on their own terms 10,000 years ago, you really have to wonder, who actually chose whom?